afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the UAAP on Studio 23. And at this point, the upper box tickets of the Rizal Memorial Coliseum have been sold out for this big-time game between the undefeated Archers of DLSU University, and they go up against their former nemesis and rivals in the UAAP, the UST Growling Tigers. And as this being a big-time game, we expect to see the big-time players to emerge. Cyrus Baguio will go up against the cool cat Mike Cortez, two of the most versatile guards in the UAAP. And by this time next year, they could be playing pro ball. But this afternoon, they will play all out, all hard for their alma mater, for De La Salle and UST respectively, as you'll get to see a piece of the big crowd inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. And good afternoon, everyone. We're coming to you live from the historic Rizal Memorial. I'm Iko Halili with my partner today, Mr. Dominic Uy, and we're wearing green, but it's about green and gold this afternoon. UST meets undefeated De La Salle.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Big game definitely for the De La Salle Green Archers. Possibly their first acid test of the second round to see how far they can go in this UAAP.
Okay, before we go on the proceedings of this ball game, you have been reading the papers and you have been reading the saga of FEU rookie Arwin Santos, and we shall put this issue to rest on protests on his eligibility with this taped interview of NU's Sunny Pagia.
The emergency meeting of the board was held in accordance with the provisions of Article 8 of the UAAP Constitution and bylaws. After the discussion and deliberation, the UAAP board, by a majority vote, upheld its earlier decision declaring Mr. Arwin A. Santos as eligible to play in the current 65th UAAP season. The appeal, therefore, of UP is denied with finality.
And, you know, I guess for FEU fans and UAAP fans in general, it's pleasing to hear because Arwin Santos is such a terrific player to watch.
Definitely a good player for FEU. Guy we're going to see a couple more years in the UAAP, bring a lot more excitement to the league. So it's good that he's able to play and continue to play in this UAAP.
So that puts that issue to rest. Now, earlier today, the NU Bulldogs, after being winless in eight games, finally tasted victory against the Adamson Falcons, 98-92. Jeff Napa, that's not a typo, that's 43 points for Napa, 10 out of 13 from three-point country.
Well, Miko, he was hitting really from everywhere. He had 13 attempts, 10 made shots from the 3 points, so he really played a big game. Really wants to win for the NU Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs get their first win. Now the big question in this ballgame, will La Salle taste its first loss as they meet the Growling Tigers? Let's look at the team standings and you will see La Salle all alone on top of the pack with 8 wins and no defeats.
So De La Salle still no defeats, but you know, UST, UE and Ateneo, UST is one of the teams that I think or I feel should be able to give La Salle their first loss. So guys like Cyrus Baguio and Alwin Espiritu and Gelig have to step it up to beat the Archers today.
Tigers coming into this ball game with 5 wins and 3 losses. They are coming off a squeaker against the NU last weekend. Now, here's how the teams compare as we look at the tail of the tape. Alwin Espiritu, Willie Wilson on your screens, and big men who will battle under the basket. The tail of the tape, offense, defense, field goal shooting, and rebounds. Who has the advantage?
Well, definitely La Salle has the advantage here, especially when it comes to defense. They're giving up only 68 points now. You see UST leads them with 83 points, but UST wants to get into an offensive game. They don't really like playing defense, which is La Salle's strength. Field goal shooting, pretty much the same. And another big discrepancy is the rebounds. So La Salle, big guys of La Salle, have been taking care of the board so far.
If we're going to look back in their first round encounter, it was close. I mean, they were absolutely not blown away by the Green Archers the way La Salle disposed of Adamson just last weekend. And here's what happened in that contest, which transpired last July 27.
Well, UST played very well in the first quarter. They got off to a, I think, 10-2 lead and then kind of fizzled out. And then the Archers, Mike Cortez and Cardona, started to heat up and got the game going. And eventually they won the game at the end. But if you see the halftime score, it was 41-40. So it was a pretty much close game. But then again, LaSalle playing better defense in the second half, getting 22 steals from the Tigers. That's what spelled the game.
Okay, one growling Tiger that we shall focus our attention today will be Derek Hubalde, the son of Freddie Hubalde. Derek, his offense has been lackluster in his the first round of the UAAP, but he really started the second round with a bang for UST, averaging a little over 5 points per game. But against NU in their last assignment, he exploded for 18 points.
Yeah, Derek Hubalde, definitely they need his help, especially today. He has to be able to hit from outside to be able to open up the defense of the Green Archers for the operators like Nino Gelig and Cyrus Baguio to be able to get the lane to get to the basket. So we see Derek Hubalde just in time for UST coming in, scoring the points from outside.
Okay, and then going back to the Green Archers, they have been absolutely clinical in how they have dismantled their last two opponents, the way they've dismantled the Blue Eagles, and of course the Falcons. So they've managed to shoot down anything that's flying, and now they'll try to tame the Tigers.
So here, if you look at the Archers' awesome offense, they scored 91 points against Adamson, 50% from the field goals, and more importantly, Miko, 28 assists. That shows unselfish play led by Mike Cortez, Mac Cardona. So they're getting guys involved, getting everybody to shoot the ball, to get confidence with everybody coming into the second round.
So Franz Pumaren and the Green Archers put their unbeaten record on the line today against Arik Del Rosario and their Growling Tigers. LaSalle versus UST coming up next. Well, for this ball game, here are the starting lineups for UST. Jamal Vizcara, Rene de Guzman, Alwin Espiritu, Cyrus Baguio, and Gino Manansala. For the Green Archers, standard issue, Mika Vaino, Adonis Santa Maria, Manny Ramos, Mike Cortez, and Mac Cardona. And I'll have to speak loud today because right behind us is the De La Salle gallery. And this gallery has always sung first because they have yet to lose here in season 65.
So, you know, the De La Salle Green Archer fans, very spoiled this year. Haven't tasted
well, they've been spoiled for the last 4 years.
But remember, Miko, we lost 4 years also in a row.
Yes, you know, as they say,
you pay your dues.
Before you enjoy the harvest, you have to plant the seed. So this ball game is underway. Manansala to Espiritu. Both in their fourth year for UST, and Espiritu starts scoring for this ball game.
Miko, I was talking to Mike Cortez earlier, and they said they really have to prepare well, not against just Cyrus Baguio and Nino Gelig, but Alwin Espiritu, whom they feel will give them problems if they're not able to stop him.
All right, that time Espiritu breaking up the offense, but ball will stay with the Green Archers. We have a guest reporter. And, you know, I am surrounded by LaSallites today. Reporting for UST is graduate student reporter George Rocha. George?
Yes, well, some people might be wondering what I'm doing here in the UST side. Well, just to let you know, guys, it's all for the love of the work. And that's what this ballgame is about for the UST Growling Tigers. They know they're going to have to work today, and it's going to be defense versus defense in this ballgame because in practice this week, they concentrated on their defense, specifically their transition defense on playmaker Mike Cortez, and their defense against the big men of De La Salle. Unfortunately, Mark Naninga will not be able to help them in that area as he's back in street clothes due to a slip disc, and it doesn't look like he'll be able to come back to finish the season. The good news is the UST team is in high spirits for this ball game, and they are willing to work for the win today. And after this ball game, their hard work might just pay off. Miko and Dominic, back to you.
You know, I think we should have rules on eligibility for courtside reporters. You know, if players can only play up to a certain year, as we look at Mark Naninga, big news for UST. Naninga could be out for the season.
Definitely, he would have been a big help for the UST Growling Tigers, especially today, with LaSalle, who has a very big front line.
Cyrus Baguio, sneaky move, and the Tigers are up 4-0, and there's a foul.
So UST up again with a good start against the Green Archers. Just like the first game, maybe this time they'll be able to hold on and notch this win.
Foul was on Cortez. Second team foul against the Green Archers. And that move was brought to you by Globe Handyphone, making great things possible. Cyrus Baguio, the pride of Iligan, and is in the top echelon of players going for that MVP award. 17 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block per game. Just an excellent all-around player for UST.
Very impressive. I think Cyrus Baguio is one of those players that can take over a game defensively and offensively. One of the very few players in the UAAP.
So the score is 5-0 for UST, and it's a rare. I think it's the first time I've seen Cortez and the Archers stay too long in the backcourt.
Definitely a dose of their own medicine that time. Gino Manansala playing very good defense on Mike Cortez that time.
Let's go to Agnes from the De La Salle bench.
For this tournament, Coach Franz Kumar wants his boys to do the 4-step cycle. First is to focus on the game, to win, to celebrate, forget about it, and to focus on the next game. That's exactly what the La Salle fans plan to do right now. They plan to take this game to another one. Forget about the last 8 games and focus on this one. Back to you, Miko and Dominic.
You know, as any coach will tell a player or his players, if you're going for the sweep, you can't think about 14 games. You have to take it one game at a time.
If I remember, Nico, correctly, in '98 we were 8-0 also. Then we lost our first game, so
To UST.
to UST.
And then you lost to Ateneo.
Then we lost.
And of course, I have to mention that. Ateneo that time, only 2 wins. And then 1 over your
One
powerhouse
against the
team.
Archers.
I'll keep on bringing that up later. 8:34 to go in the first. And what a hot start here by the Tigers, leading 5-0. And here's Baguio with a pull-up. That's offline. Rebound by Alwin Espiritu. And here's Jamal Vizcara over to Rene de Guzman. And the Tigers are up 7-0.
Archers looking in disarray now. You know, it seems like they're pressured to win this game, especially since they're 8-0. I think they're thinking about the record too much. They should just, you know, settle down, get into the groove of the game, and start playing LaSalle basketball.
And the Green Archers, who for the first time this season are embattled with 8:21 to go in the first. They're down 7-0. We have this time up. Oh, Ernesto Estong Ballesteros, formerly of UST.
I know him very well.
Oh, yes. Part of that UST 4-peat. And, of course, that's Manong Derek Kumaren alongside Mr. Bobong Velez. And Rene Guzman is on the line, the second-year man. And he gives the Growling Tigers an 8-0 lead. How did UST do this?
Well, UST pressuring the ball very well, playing good defense, playing the passing lanes well, and of course finishing the break well. They've been finding the gaps in the Archers defense.
So the Cool Cat and the Archers need to settle down. They go inside of Carver Sharma, and there's a foul down low. Manny Ramos is being attended to. Is complaining of pain probably on his right leg. That's why Sharma has been inserted quickly into the lineup.
So that's bad news for the Green Archers if Manny Ramos can't come back in this game.
Here's Adonis going to his right, almost lost the ball, and look at the Tigers swarm over the Archers. Here's Manansala, he steps on the break. Tigers up 8-0. Espiritu de Guzman, and the Tigers are up 10-0.
Rousing Tigers, you know, Miko, they're just playing so well, playing heads-up basketball. And De La Salle feeling the pressure at the start of the game.
And Manansala breaking up the play. And really, as you look at Manny Ramos,
Miko, we just heard that Manny Ramos has hyperextended his left knee. So during that last play, I think somebody landed on his knee, so it hyperextended that time.
And now, Franz Kumaren shuffling his men early. DJ Manalo is now in the game, along with Cortez, Santa Maria, Sharma, and Cardona. The Archers have yet to score in this ballgame. Cardona is bumped by Manansala.
So good ploy that time by Mac Cardona, drawing the defense and getting fouled. Unfortunately, they have to take the ball out on the sideline because he wasn't fouled back shooting.
What a blitz here by UST to begin the ball game. 10-0. And with still over 7 minutes to go, the Archers have yet to score in this game. And here's Cardona takes care of that.
Mac Cardona doing the right thing, finding the gap in the defense of UST and getting the first 2 points for the Archers.
The Tigers are still up by 8, 10-2. They go to Espiritu, pulls up, won't go. Rebound there by Santa Maria. Here's Cortez and the Archers. Cardona on the run. Cardona handoff for Sharma, but a foul again on Manansala.
So sticking too close that time to Mac Cardona. Mac Cardona wants to bring the Archers back right away in this game. He feels that the Archers, I feel also that the Archers, they can't, you can't let UST get the lead this early and this big a lead, because it'll be harder for them to get back into the game, especially against a team like UST.
Because Yes.
Go ahead.
What they did against Adamson and Ateneo, they built an early lead and shattered the confidence of their opponents.
Exactly. Especially with an injury now with Manny Ramos.
Sharma there scoring on the putback. And now it's 10-4. Archers trimming down the UST's lead to 6. And then Cyrus Baguio baited into committing that offensive foul. That's number 2 against Baguio. And that's the 4th team foul against the Tigers. Both teams on the brink of the penalty. Watch this again. BJ Manalo there inviting the contact and added some acting. Maybe it was part of Dulan Sibol when he was in the Ateneo High School. And here's Manalo. Pull up, offline, rebound goes to De Guzman. Quickly for Manansala. He is looking at Baguio. He will not issue the long pass. He takes the shot, and he won't make the shot. And the ball will go out. It will go to the Green Archers.
So what we see, Miko, very fast-paced game. De La Salle and UST wanting to run every opportunity they get.
So after a 10-0 run by UST, the Archers have answered back with back-to-back baskets. Over 6 minutes to go in the first period. Cortez over to Cardona on the left side. 1-on-1 against Vizcara. And Cardona won't take the shot. De Guzman now with a couple of rebounds today. 2 rebounds. Here's Vizcara. He can take the 3. And he does not take the 3. Manalo taps it over to Cortez. Under 6 minutes to play in the first. Cortez zigzagging. And his pass deflected by Baguio. And Baguio completes the steal. Baguio, he will go all the way.
Cyrus Baguio, you just see his versatility that time. Got the rebound, went all the way to extend the lead of UST 12-4.
So after a 4-0 La Salle run, Baguio quiets the De La Salle crowd with that virtuoso layup. 12-4 is the score. And BJ's pass intercepted by Vizcara. And now Vizcara goes to Manansala, but that's an offensive foul as he bumps into Cortez.
A good defensive stand that time by Mike Cortez. But Miko, the Archers look a bit shaken up this early in the game. They don't know what hit them.
As you look at the Cyrus Baguio, there's the sidestep, and then the floating in the air, brought to you by Globe Handyphone, making great things possible. Baguio with 5 points today.
Miko, now we see Joseph Yeo coming into the game for Mac Cardona.
And really, this is the first time I've seen France shuffle his men this early.
Yeah, I think he's not too happy with the way the starters were playing defense. So he wants to get his second unit into the group and play some defense and feed off their defense to play offense.
Sharma missing that time. Here's Baguio against Yeo. Baguio leaves Yeo behind. And Santa Maria could not complete the steal. Oh, great hustle there by Baguio. Did you see that play? Baguio, great hustle under the basket. We all thought that Santa Maria had the steal, but Baguio never gave up on the play. And thanks to his hustle, watch this. Foul was on Santa Maria, his second. And now the Archers are in the penalty, all because of Cyrus's hustle.
Cyrus Baguio, even though he has already 2 fouls, still hustling for the ball very early in the game. You can see that he's really prepared. He really prepared for this game and really wants to win this game.
Oh, Alvin Espiritu missing the first free throw. 2 points so far for Espiritu. There's Cyrus Baguio. Remember, he did not get to play last year. And then in the first round, he played well, but his team came up short against the Archers. So young man has a lot to prove. Yes. So it's 13-4 in favor of UST. Archers down by 9. They were down by as many as 10 earlier. Here's Manalo leaving Baguio, and it gets blocked by Espiritu. It's a 4-on-3 UST break. Derek Ubalde for 3. That won't go. Baguio skying high. He gets the offensive rebound against Manalo. 1-on-1. Fade away. No. And Cortez still cannot get the rebound. And the ball will... What's the call? What's the call? It will go to LaSalle. It will go to LaSalle.
So that time, again, UST had maybe 3 offensive rebounds.
And then watch this. There's the block by Espiritu. Brought to you by the 24-hour Rexona. Your best defense against odor and wetness. Rexona, it won't let you down.
You know, Miko, more than anything, UST is playing very good defense. That's why they're leading this game 13-4.
Yo, at the point, looking for Cortez. And Yo, the ninja can't make the layup. Sarma is blocked from behind. Yo, one more try. And Yo, never giving up. He gets the putback and the foul.
Joseph Yeo that time not giving up. But you also have to credit half of that basket to Carlos Sharma. He kept that ball alive and landed in Joseph Yeo's hands and being able to put that back and get the foul.
So Sharma gets blocked from behind, but the ninja comes out from the dart and then waits for the put. Ay-ya!
It's like he sits down in mid-air just to make that shot.
Oh, Nino Gelig is now in the game for UST. And Joseph Yeo, Joseph Henry Yeo, coming from Xavier School in his second year. One of the leading candidates for most improved player of the UAAP. He completes the three-point play.
Nico also in for the Archers is Junjun Kabatu, who subbed Adonis Santa Maria. So you see Coach Franz Pumaran really shuffling his players very early in the game. So the first quarter going for UST.
Tigers still up by 6. Gelig, his first touch of the basketball in this ball game. Back to Manansala. And out to Ubalde on the right side. He goes down the middle and he won't score the layup. And Junjun Kabato gets the loose ball for LaSalle. Archer's down by just 6. And Cortez stops and he won't score. And Ubalde lets the ball sail safely out in favor of UST.
UST playing with so much intensity, Miko, early part of the ball game. I think they've got more intensity, much more intensity than the Archers.
Edsel Del Rosario, the son of Arik, is in the game to replace Manansala. And now Cholo Villanueva, who's only played 2 games so far, now gets to see action today.
So you can see now it's the second unit of Coach Franz Pumaran who's playing. That's a signal if you're a player. If the second unit comes in very early, that the coach is not happy with the way his starters are playing.
Tigers still up by 6. Ubalde has the leather against Manalo. Over to Del Rosario. Offline. Sharma with the rebound. Quickly to Manalo. 3:02 remaining in the first. Manalo over to Villanueva. Villanueva coming from San Agustin, playing in his second year. Over to Sharma against Espiritu. 10 on the shot clock for LaSalle. 8 on the shot clock. And here's Junjun Kabatu. He goes to the right. He spins and he gets the layup.
Nice move that time by Junjun Kabatu. You know, the defense has to extend out on him because he can shoot the 3-point shot. So that time, used his quickness, made the spin move, and got the shot off.
And here's that LaSalle full court press. Tigers holding on to a 4-point lead. De Guzman having trouble with the basketball. Over to Ubalde. Under 3 minutes to play in the first. Del Rosario on the left side to Espiritu. Over to Ubalde. And Ubalde gets hacked by Manalo.
So one of the few times that you see Derek Ubalde getting the ball inside the paint.
Good afternoon once again from the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. A big game today in the UAAP. UST versus LaSalle, and Renren Ritualo taking a break from his duty in the PBA.
His team just lost yesterday, but showing support for his college team.
And Derek Ubalde, 2 for 2 from the line. 1 out of 2 from the line. Gives UST a 14-9 lead. And we're still in the first. And Villanueva having trouble with the ball. And what happened to Cholo basically sums up what has happened to LaSalle in the opening minutes of the first. Having trouble controlling not just the basketball,
but the tempo. The tempo
game.
of the game, definitely. UST coming out, pressuring the point guards. Because, you know, when you're the opposing team's coach, you want to pressure the point guard right away to be able to take away the tempo and the flow and the rhythm of the other team. So UST very successful so far in doing that.
Here's Espiritu. Nice move to get away from Sharma. This is the layup. And the rebound picked up by Joseph Yeo. Yeo, who's been playing the point so far, trying to go all the way, and he gets blocked, but there's a foul on Raterta.
Joseph Yeo taking matter into his own hands. And, you know, Joseph Yeo just vastly improved from last year. I think if he's able to play very well, he'll be a big help for the Archers cause this year.
Last year, Mr. Yeo averaged just 3 points and 2 rebounds. But Franz Pumarin, after seeing his play in last year's finals, has given Joseph the playing time, and he has responded by averaging 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists per ball game.
And you know, during the offseason, Coach Franz Pumarin was grooming Joseph Yeo to become a substitute or an alternate point guard for Mike Cortez.
Okay, let's go to Agnes and find out what the mood is on the De La Salle side. Agnes?
Well, you know, Miko, at this point in the ball game, things don't seem to be going the Archer's way. Manny Ramos can no longer come back to the game because he hyperextended his left knee and he's finding difficulty in bending it. Back to you guys.
So aside from their problems with UST's pressing defense, now they've lost Manny Ramos.
So that's a big blow against the Archers, especially in the rebounding department, because Manny Ramos averages 7 rebounds a game.
Meantime, the Archers are closing in, and they're down by just 1.
Archers breaking the press that time of the UST Growling Tigers. That's what the Archers have to do to be able to come back in this game.
And you know, the Tigers now are hanging on to a slim 1-point lead.
Traveling that time by Alwin Espiritu. I think that's well, we see now Manny Ramos just watching from the sidelines. I'm sure he wants to be able to play in this game.
And he seems to be in pain. Hyper-extended left knee for Manny Ramos. Yo, Archers going for the lead for the first time. Joseph Yeo traveling.
So tit for tat that time, traveling by Alwin Espiritu. Now traveling violation by Joseph Yeo.
As you check out this play, Sharma, the big man, was all alone. Brought to you by Globe Andyphone, making great things possible. Less than a minute to go in the opening quarter. So after being up by as many as 10, after roaring to a 10-0 start, the Tigers just have a 1-point lead. Ubalde nearly with a dribbling violation that time. Del Rosario dumps it inside to Espiritu. Espiritu working hard against Sharma.
Alwin Espiritu wreaking havoc now inside the paint. That's his 4th point already, or 5th point.
So back to a 3-point lead for UST. Villanueva at the point. Over to Junjun Kabatu. And now to Sharma at the post. And he lost the ball. Stolen by Espiritu. 19 seconds to go before we end the first period. Nino getting going all the way, and he was fouled. You know, he wanted to slam that basketball.
You can see the intensity written all over Nino Gelig's face.
And both teams are in the penalty. Watch this. One half of the dunking duo gets clipped on the arm by Wilson.
Miko, if you notice the substitution patterns of UST, they don't really play Nino Gelig and Cyrus Baguio at the same time. They want just one guy. They want one guy like Derek Obado spotting up and a guy like Gelig or Baguio to work his way around the defense.
14 seconds to go in the opening period. Nino Gelig from Pampanga on the line, and he makes the second to give UST a 17-13 lead. There's a whistle. Oh, technical foul. Technical foul on
Carlos Sharma. I think that's
Sharma.
Carlos Sharma.
And Franz Pumarin is incensed. Absolutely disappointed with that technical foul on Sharma. You know, because Espiritu and Sharma have been going at it. You know, they've been exchanging barbs since Sharma set foot on the hard court.
So it's like a personal duel between Sharma and Alwin Espiritu.
Oh, it's a double technical. Okay, double technical foul on Espiritu and Sharma.
So they better watch it. One more and they're out of this game, especially for UST. Alwin Espiritu, a major part in the Growling Tigers offense.
Villanueva, oh, lost the ball. Lost the ball. But Edsel Del Rosario will be called for the foul. They say he grabbed, he almost embraced Villanueva. Yes. But of course the dad is not happy with the call.
But he smiles it off.
So Cholo Villanueva, or Cholo Inigo Villanueva is on the line. Hardly played last year because of injuries. And then started this year with injuries as well. And he makes the first free throw. By the way, we'd like to thank ABS-CBN Consumer Products for our attire here on the panel. And 2 for 2 for Villanueva, trimming down UST's lead to 2 points. Tigers hoping for the last basket. Del Rosario trying to go all the way. He gets blocked by Kabatu, and that's how we'll end the first quarter of play. The Growling Tigers had a roaring start, 10-0, but the Green Archers battled back to cut the lead down to just 17-15. Growling Tigers hoping to hand LaSalle its first loss this year, and we'll be back with the second quarter after this short break. Roaring to a 10-0 start, but then LaSalle slowly battling back, but we have some important numbers here.
You know, De La Salle with 8 turnovers already in the first quarter. So that doesn't speak well of the Green Archers, who are, you know, the defending champions in this league. And also, another stat that we'd like to point out is DLSU only has 3 assists, which they had 28 assists, Miko, last game. So you know the Archers like to pass the ball around to get everybody involved, but this time they haven't been doing that. Compliments going to the point guards of UST, who have been pressuring and denying Mike Cortez, Cholo Villanueva, and Joseph Yeo of the Archers.
The Tigers start the second quarter with De Guzman, Gelig, Del Rosario, Hubalde, and Espiritu. The Archers, who are wearing the green uniforms, have Yeo, Villanueva, Gavino, Kabatu, and Wilson. With the exception of Wilson, this is a young lineup for LaSalle. And Wilson is all alone for the layup. And we're tied at 17. This is the first deadlock of the ball game.
So what Coach France is trying to do, bringing in his younger players to show much more intensity, be able to get the full court trap going.
Del Rosario to Hubalde. Hubalde steps out, so Mike Gavino hulking inside. Here's his spirit. Oh, that pass too strong, intended for De Guzman.
Too strong that time, but you know, you like what UST is doing, crashing the boards and moving the ball around to be able to get easy layups.
As you check out this tough defensive play, brought to you by 24-Hour Rexona. Your best defense against odor and wetness. Rexona, it won't let you down. So the score is tied at 17-all. Christian Luanzon checks in the game to replace Derek Hubalde. Abatu to Gavino. Gavino with a quick move, baseline, and it will go out. It will stay with LaSalle.
Miko, even if the score is deadlocked now, you see Coach France, I think, has used already 11 players, so you know the tempo is going UST's way.
Villanueva over to Wilson. 13 on the shot clock. Villanueva pull up, won't go. Luanzon with a rebound. Luanzon steps on the brakes, goes to Vizcarra for 3. Short. Rebound by De Guzman. He fakes, and he won't score.
Looked like he got fouled that time, Miko.
Yeah, that's what the UST coaching staff was asking for from the referee. Now here's Junjun Kabatu, and he gets, traveling.
traveling call that time by Junjun Kabatu.
Let's get this quick report from the De La Salle bench.
Coach Franz Pamarin wants the boys to start out with high intensity in this quarter. And you're right, guys, because on the offensive side, Coach Franz Pamarin wants them to always give that extra shot. And on the defensive side, he wants them to give the Tigers no open shots. Back to you guys.
Yeah, Miko, that's right. Coach Franz emphasizes on giving the extra pass to make things easy, make things easier for everybody on the court. And more than anything, to emphasize on the defense, start out with intensity.
All right, time the defense allowing Gelig to hit a three-pointer, brought to you by Lipton, to give the Tigers a 2017 advantage. Joseph Yeo over to Villanueva. Villanueva inside, no, can't give the ball to Gavino. Back to Yeo for three.
Joseph Yeo, hitting a three-point that time. Not really known for his outside shooting, but that guy can hit the shot also. So UST has to make sure that they get up on him on defense.
Here's Vizcarra against Yeo. Vizcarra with a drive that dips into and gets fouled by Gavino.
Nice move that time by Vizcarra, drawing the defense and driving down the lane.
Watch this. Egospan handing it over to Gelig, and Yeo left behind. Gelig hitting it once straight and through. Brought to you by Lepton, the official iced tea of the UAAP. With the ball game tied at 20, let's listen in on George Rocha reporting for UST. George?
Yes, Miko, well, they started this ball game with a lot of intensity, and right now the UST Tigers are hoping that they don't lose it in this quarter. They were able to pressure LaSalle into committing a lot of errors in the first quarter, and this time they want to make sure that they make the most of it. In offense, Coach Arik, in defense, Coach Arik instructed his boys to stay where the ball is when they're defending their man, because they had the tendency of defending their men sideways. In offense, he reminded them to go down right away before LaSalle sets up their defense. Miko and Dominic, back to you.
Yeah, so Coach Arik Del Rosario is sticking to his game plan of denying the point guards to be able to disrupt the rhythm of the Archers. Also, reminding his boys to play defense on the ball, not just with your man, to be able to help out. If any of the LaSalle guys gets free, somebody can help out.
Archers down by one. They have yet to taste the lead in this ball game. Gavino, 15-footer for the lead. Yes!
Nice shot, nice 15-footer by Mike Gavino that time. Mike Gavino playing not too many minutes this year, but we know if he gets his minutes, he'll be able to get his points and help his team.
Yeo will be called for the foul, his first. Second team foul against the Archers here in quarter number 2. Growling Tigers entered this ball game with 5 wins and 3 losses in solo third place. Seven minutes, 19 seconds to go in the first half. Cyrus Baguio is back in the game, and he makes the three.
Mac Cardona has to get up on him. That guy will shoot it anytime, anywhere. He's got so much confidence in his shot. Miko, Cyrus Baguio reminds me of like a Kobe Bryant.
So 24-22, the lead is back with UST. Cyrus Baguio, the pull-up three-pointer against Cardona, brought to you by Lipton, the official iced tea of the UAAP. Baguio now with 8 points in the ball game. And really, this ball game so far, a far cry from how LaSalle has demolished opponents like Adamson and Ateneo in their last 2 assignments.
I think, the opposing teams, so aside from the Archers, the other 7 teams in the UAAP are now getting the feel of the UAAP, how the Archers play. So, games will be much more closer in the second round. And you can expect the Archers having a more difficult time to be able to put their opponents away. So good defense again that time by UST. Really, what's carrying UST in this game is not their offense, but their defense.
Really preventing LaSalle, to move that ball around and spot easy open net. Now here's Cyrus Baguio being bothered by Yeo. Luan zone from the right side. It bounces out. Baguio with a rebound and the putback.
Again, Cyrus Baguio just relentless off the boards, getting an offensive rebound and a putback that time. Cyrus Baguio for 10 points in the game.
10 points, 3 rebounds for Baguio. So now it's a 4-point lead for the Growling Tigers. Here's Cardona against Gelig. Cardona getting rid of Gelig with a dribble. And just a fundamental move by Cardona.
That jump, that half hook again by Cardona. You know, if you're defending him, he just catches you off guard and you don't even think that he's going to shoot it.
You know, BJ Manalo is back in the game. Tigers still up by 2. Gelig against Cardona. You can make sure Gelig wants to answer back. He misses the 3. And here's Wilson with a rebound quickly to Cardona. Expect, the pass to Wilson.
Unselfish that time, Mac Cardona giving it to the streaking Willie Wilson for the easy layup.
And we're tied again at 26. Under 6 minutes to play in the first half. Gelig looking for a friend. Finds Luanzo. 9 on the shot clock for UST. Gelig steps to do, and he gets fouled. Foul was on Gavino. Maybe we can watch that move again. Let's see. Well, there's a contention there that
he could have traveled.
Yes, because the left foot moved first before he dribbled the ball.
It was like a jump stop, just like what Alvin Espiritu did. Yeah, it was like a hop step. But hey, the referees didn't call it. He got the call. Didn't get the call.
So Gelig now with 5 points. As you look at Joseph Yeo, much deserved rest on the bench. So the score is 28-26. And the ball will go out. The ball will go out. It will stay with the Green Archers. Time remaining in the first half, 5 minutes, 15 seconds.
You know, Miko, if you look at the Archers, 5 on the floor, they're playing small, but very quick. Just like the UST Growling Tigers, who have no natural center inside.
Cortez inside to Wilson, trying to post up De Guzman. And still, UST, their defense is holding up.
Defense definitely holding up for UST, a team that's not really known for defense. They really like to outscore their opponents, but this time they have a different philosophy coming into this game.
Cortez inside to Wilson. Offensive foul against Willie.
Holding off De Guzman that time. You know, Willie Wilson is very deceiving. He's very strong for his size. You can see him there holding off and warding off, actually, De Guzman.
In Tagalog, nakatukod. Using De Guzman's neck as an armrest.
As an armrest.
Second foul against Wilson. By the way, LaSalle already in the penalty. With still over 5 minutes to go in the second. Manansala quickly to Luanzo. Tigers up by 2. Luanzo back to Manansala. 14 on the shot clock. They go to Espiritu at the post. Espiritu over to Don Villamin. Two called off the bench as he hits an air ball.
Nico, we haven't seen anything from Mike Cortez, but that's a good assist that time by Mike Cortez.
Luanzo thought he got the clean block.
You know, that's the beauty of Mike Cortez in our team. Draws the defense and is able to give off that assist. That time to Junjun Kabato. You see, he was all alone that time. Faked it and now got the foul after that shot.
And rightly so. It was Villamin, not Luanzo, who was called for the foul. So we'll be back with more red-hot action from the Rizal Memorial Coliseum with the Tigers still on top by 2, 28-26. We'll have this time. In the meantime, Junjun Kabato, that's Santiago Kabato Jr., hitting 1 out of 2 for 3 points today and cutting down UST's lead to 1. Dangerous pass, almost stolen. Here's the one zone for three. And Cabato gets a rebound. The Archers are on the run. Cabato to Cardona. And there's a, oh, what's the call? Offensive foul. Do they count it? Do they count it? No. They don't. They're not counting the basket. The offensive foul happened before the basket.
Before the basket. You know, the whole coaching staff of the Green Archers up in arms that time, saying that it was very far.
Watch Cabato with the basketball. And then Manansala just waiting there.
He moved a bit, but you know, you got to give the benefit of the doubt to the referee. It's a judgment call by the referee. But I'm sure the whole coaching staff and the Green Archers fans did not like that call.
Now here's Villamin, double team. Over to Manansala. Manansala finding Baguio on the left side. Too strong. Cardona with a rebound. Being chased from behind by Villamin. And the ball will flip out. It will stay with Lasal with 4:01 remaining in the first half. Cortez still scoreless in this ball game. And Manalo following.
BJ Manalo hitting the three that time. So, you know, BJ Manalo itching to come back, get back into shape.
So it's a long two-pointer for BJ Manalo, and Loanzon escapes down low.
The Tigers breaking that half-court defense by the Archers and scoring easily with that assist pass to Loanzon.
Second foul against Villamin. Just the second team foul against UST. And Villamin, after a couple of minutes on the hard court, goes back to the bench in favor of Derek Hubalde.
More three-point guns for UST.
Sharma back on the floor against Espiritu. Over to Manalo. Manalo. Oh, a steal there by Hubalde.
He didn't see Mac Cardona wide open inside.
That's number 2 against Manalo. And Lasal is in the penalty. Lasal is in the penalty. So that will mean free throws for Frederick Hubalde.
So every time the Archers foul now, that means 2 free throws for the Tigers.
Second free throw for Derek Hubalde. Louis Alas, head coach of the Letran Knights in the NCAA, used to play for Adamson. And Hubalde gets 2 out of 2. And he has 3 points today. So back to a 3-point lead for UST. Under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Nine on the shot clock. Cortez makes his move. And then he fires and he doesn't score. And Manalo taps it over to Sharma. Sharma goes up and he gets a foul.
A good tap that time by BJ Manalo to Carlos Sharma. Getting fouled, a chance to make 2 free throws and cut the lead down to 1.
Yeah, bad news for UST. Espiritu now with 3 fouls. And this is nothing new because Espiritu averages at least 4 fouls per ball game.
That's a good thing and a bad thing. You know, if he averages 4 fouls, you might not be able to finish the game. But you know that he's contesting all the shots that comes his way. The high looper that time for Carlos Sharma didn't work.
Like a pinball machine. He had no idea what the ball would land, where the ball would land. So here's the second free throw for Sharma. And it's no good. Oh, Cardona with a rebound. Oh, could have traveled that time. Could have traveled. But good hustle by Cardona.
Hustle pays off really, Nico, that time. One of the smallest guys on the floor, Mac Cardona, showing so much grit.
Oh, De Guzman falling. And it's a turnover against the UST as they try to hang on to this 1-point lead.
The Archers very dangerous when they're playing very good defense because their offense feeds off their good defense.
Under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Cortez to Cabatu. Cabatu looking for Cardona. They go to Sharma inside. Oh, Sharma can't get the turnaround. Ubalde needs to slow down. Over to Manansala. Manansala, cross-court pass to Baguio. Baguio against Cardona. Baguio in the paint, and the layup is good.
Sweet move that time by Cyrus Baguio. Just breaking down the defense, taking it right in front of Carlos Sharma's face.
12 points for Cyrus Baguio, back to a 3-point lead for UST. Nearing the 2-minute mark, and that entry pass intended for Sharma goes out, but De Guzman held on to Sharma for a foul. That's his first.
So the past two plays, the Archers seeing that Carlos Sharma
stay unbeaten as you look at Paulo Trillo, half Lasalite, half Atenean.
and the half from Adamson also supporting his brother earlier.
Right. So he's a UAAP mutant. There's Sharma at the post and still can't take advantage of that mismatch against De Guzman. So the Tigers still up by 3. Oh, Hubalde for 3, short. Who gets the rebound? It's with Hubalde.
So again, the Archers have to box out much better on the guards of UST who've been getting the rebounds.
Wanzon on the left side, 12 on the shot clock. Wanzon to Manansala, to Baguio. Baguio against Cabatu. Baguio going all the way.
Cyrus Baguio. 14 points now for Cyrus Baguio.
5-point lead for UST. A minute and 20 to go in the second. And that's a blocking foul on Manansala.
You can just see the experience that time of Mike Cortez. He saw that Manansala dipped his shoulder and Mike Cortez just running into that arm to be able so that they could call the foul.
Look at Baguio just going through the defense. Brought to you by Globe Handyphone, making great things possible. And Gelig is back on the floor to replace Hubalde. And so Mike Cortez, who has yet to score in this ball game, is on the line.
Still, no points for Mike Cortez. So, we'll see. We know Mike Cortez when it comes to the crunch time. He can deliver. So,
but all the last patience. All the last nights. 2 misses from the cool cat. And here's Baguio with the Tigers up by 5. Baguio against Cortez. And there's a switch. Now Baguio's double team over to Luan. Gelig is wide open. Here's Del Rosario over to Gelig on the left side. 9 on the shot clock. Gelig in the paint. Sidestep. No go. De Guzman with a rebound. The putback is no good, but he gets fouled by Sharma.
Again, Miko, it's the offensive rebounds of UST that's giving them this 5-point lead, aside from their intense defense that they started out in this game.
36-31, 5-point advantage for the Tigers. And Villanueva quickly goes back to the bench. And BJ Manalo checks in. And here's Warren De Guzman. Played for the UST Tiger Cubs. And normally is shaky from the line, but today he has made all his free throws. He has 6 points today.
6 points.
On top of 4 rebounds. And finally he misses from the line. And Cortez picks up the loose ball. Tigers up by 6. Time running out here in the first half. Lasa setting up the offense. Cortez has the leather. 10 on the shot clock. Cortez now on the left side. Gets the pick from Sharma. Manalo. Can't shoot. Over to Cardona. 4 on the shot clock. Cardona fires. He can't get the bounce. Baguio with a rebound. Baguio pushing the ball up. He stops. Over to Del Rosario. Back to Baguio. He won't take the 3. He goes inside. He forces one up. It almost goes in. De Guzman with the putback and the foul.
Again, the rebound by De Guzman. Nico, I'm sure that Coach Franz Pumaren not pleased with the way De Guzman is just getting rebounds from the taller Carlos Sharma. and Junjun Kabatu.
Second foul against Cardona. You know, Baguio almost made this basket, and then the ball gently rolls out. De Guzman with the rebound, and then the power putback. There's the second foul of Cardona. The basket counts. Oh, De Guzman with a missed free throw. 8-point lead for UST. 12 seconds to go. Whatever happens, UST will go into the locker room with a lead. Now here's Cortez. Makes his move, and no layup. 4 seconds to go. Baguio has the ball. Blocked by Gelig. Back to Baguio. 4-3. Short.
Nino Gelig apologizing to Cyrus Baguio that time. Because, you know, Cyrus Baguio could have made a shot from that point, but Nino Gelig kind of caused of a distraction that time.
But nevertheless, UST has the lead at 39-31 at the end of the first 2 quarters. Cyrus Baguio with 14 points and 4 rebounds to lead a strong first half by the Growling Tigers as they try to end the winning streak and blemish the perfect record of LaSalle in today's UAAP ball game. We'll be back at the half.
You know, UST having 15 turnover points and LaSalle only 4. Again, 9 offensive rebounds for UST, showing a lot more hustle. They have 5 steals, and you see LaSalle with 13 turnovers. So LaSalle playing UST's game up to this point. And then we see Cyrus Baguio has 14 points, De Guzman with 8 points, Gelig with 6 points. And the Green Archers, 8 for Yeo, 6 for Cardona, and 4 for Sharma. Distinctively absent is Mike Cortez.
Still scoreless.
Scoreless.
Yes.
So we know that we'll see Mike Cortez taking a lot more shots come the second half. And we'll see if UST can keep up their intensity and their ball pressure and denial of the point guards or the guards of De La Salle.
By the way, text UAAP space sked and send to 2366 to get the schedule. And then text in UAAP space stand and send to 2366 to find out the latest team standings. The second half is underway between the Tigers and the Green Archers, and Nino Gelig starting from where the Tigers left off in the second quarter. Gelig now with 8 points.
So again, the Tigers starting with a lot of intensity, jumping the gun on the Archers.
And it's back to a 10-point lead. De Guzman with a steal. Gelig against Cortez. Gelig over to Luanzon. Luanzon has to move out. And over to Gelig. Gelig with a drive, lost the ball. And picked up by Vaino. The Archers begin the third quarter with Vaino, Cortez, Santa Maria, Sharma, and Cardona. Sharma is taking the place of the injured Manny Ramos. And for UST, it's Baguio, De Guzman, Del Rosario, Luanzon, and Gelig.
Nico was going to point out that Santa Maria and Luanzon getting into a wrestling match that time, holding each other down to jockey for position.
So it's a double foul against Luanzon and Santa Maria. As we look at Rocio Lobregat from De La Salle.
Nico, I think you pronounce it as Rocio.
Rocio.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
Rocio.
sorry. My apologies. Rocio Lobregat. And Rocio is our Camiseta Campus Girl of the Day. So come over to the UAAP games and be spotted as the next Camiseta Campus Girl. Maybe I'm getting old.
But you're young at heart.
Oh, yes. We're all young at heart. As long as you're watching the UAAP, you're always young at heart. That's why George Rocha is still manning the sidelines for UST. Good afternoon once again. I'm Miko Halili with Dominic Uy, George Rocha manning the sidelines for UST, and Agnes Tapia from the De La Salle bench. And here, Nino Gelig now with 10 big points.
So
Let's go to Agnes first on the De La Salle bench.
Well, Miko, it surely isn't the happy side inside the De La Salle dugout. You know, Coach Franz Comarn is definitely not happy with his players. He says that the UST Tigers aren't doing anything special out there. It's the De La Salle Green Archers who are actually running away from their system. Everyone wants to score and no one wants to defend. He says that he can't see a shade of De La Salle basketball out there. Back to you, Nico and Dominic.
So going back to what Agnes said, Nico, Coach Franz Comarn hitting the nail right on the head when he said that LaSalle is playing selfish basketball. Everybody wants to score and not really wanting to defend. That's what happens when you have an 8-game winning streak and an unblemished record. And UST bouncing off that, playing good defense and pushing the ball and scoring on every opportunity they get.
You've been in that situation before, winning games and not losing any. I mean, how hard is it trying to sustain that kind of momentum and composure, knowing that everyone else is pulling on your coattails?
Well, it's really tough, you know, Miko, especially if you know that the pressure is on you because they expect a lot from you. But more than anything, Miko, it's the want and the will to win the game.
You talk about will to win. Del Rosario, well, missing the layup, but he really played tough defense against Cortez on the other end.
You can, so far, Miko, you can just see that the Tigers really want this game. They're going off every loose ball. You see Cyrus Baguio that time, never giving up.
I mean, I haven't seen any team, you know, be this defensively aggressive against the four-time defending champions.
Definitely, I think Coach Aric Del Rosario prepared well for this game, knowing that the Archers thrive on their defense. They want to give something back, you know, tit for tat, defense versus defense.
Oh, Santa Maria lost that ball. And he eventually loses that ball because of the pesky triple team launched at Adonis as we go to George Rocha on the UST side.
Yes, well, despite Coach Aric's thick accent, there's obviously no communication problems between him and his team. But Derek Obalde had to explain to me a few of the points that he brought up in the dugout. In defense, they're going to have to deny the passing lane and stay on the ball. They did a great job defending Mike Cortez, who didn't score in the first half, and they're planning to keep that up in the second half. In offense, they have to set up faster and man the post first before trying it outside. Miko and Dominic, back to you.
Good call there by referee Labrador Reynoso. He saw Gelig use his forearm to try and ward off Joseph
Yeo. Miko, LaSalle hasn't scored yet in the third quarter. So we see this time Nino Gelig pushing off Joseph Yeo, extending that forearm, which is not allowed in amateur rules. That's a second foul on Nino Gelig.
And that's a fourth team foul against the Tigers. One away from the penalty. The leather is with Cortez. 12 on the shot clock. Here's Cardona against Del Rosario. And the hook shot is good.
First 2 points of De La Salle in the third quarter, coming with 7 minutes to go left in the quarter.
De Guzman to Luanzon. Luanzon posting up Kabatu. Luanzon with a spin and the basket.
Nice move that time by Christian Luanzon, eluding the defense. You know, Miko, so far, Tigers just really outplaying the Archers. The Archers are forced to play the UST Tigers type of game, which is funny, Miko, because they're not really a defensive team, but they're playing very good defense.
Well, finally, Mike Cortez gets on the score sheet. First 2 points of the ball game to cut the lead down to 10. And then Cortez gets the steal, goes behind the back. He zigzags through, he flips it up, and it won't go. Glenn Manjing, who did not play in the last game, he goes to Gelig, and that's traveling. The basket won't count, it's traveling.
Too eager that time by Nino Gelig. Wanted to get the shot up quick before the defense would get back.
Watch this, Manching, the forward pass to Gelig, and then Gelig took nothing but steps, and it's traveling. Archers down by 10. Oh, look at Cortez zigzag his way through, but it goes out. And it will go to the UST.
Everything that time, Miko, but the shot for Mike Cortez. That fancy behind the back dribbled by that time by Mike Cortez, but unfortunately he didn't make the shot.
Manching at the point. Manching playing in his fourth year for UST. He goes to Espiritu against Sharma. Espiritu tempted to go for the pull-up. Oh, great backdoor pass for Gelig, who overshoots.
Nice pass that time, but Gelig was not able to complete the play.
Yo, to Cortez. Cortez quickly picked up by Gelig on the right side. Inside to Santa Maria. And, you know, I pity De Guzman. He has to guard bigger players like Sharma and Santa Maria.
At that time, you know, Miko, Adonis Santa Maria doing very well, making a quick seal on De Guzman, getting his second foul.
But UST has been in the penalty. Now, crucial substitution here. Cortez sits down, and in comes Cholo Villanueva to play point guard for LaSalle.
Coach Franz Pumarin hoping that Cholo Villanueva can bring in some added intensity and energy in the for the Archers' cause.
Santa Maria played for Mapua in the NCAA Juniors. and is playing in his 4th year for LaSalle, and the first free throw is no good.
Things not going very well for the Archers, even in their free throws.
So 1 out of 2, 3 points for Santa Maria today. Now here's Cyrus Baguio. Oh, someone has to stop Baguio. He goes to Luanzon down low.
Unselfish basketball by the Growling Tigers. Initiated the move by Cyrus Baguio and giving the ball up to Luanzon for the easy 2.
49-38, an 11-point spread here for UST. Here's Cardona from the free throw line. That won't go. And Luanzon taps that loose ball, picked up by Vizcarra. Vizcarra trying to go all the way, and it won't go, but there's a foul. You know, you just get that feeling that at this point, UST, they're faster in getting the loose ball.
See, they're one step ahead of the Archers. That's really because they want the game more. You know, showing, if you see the Archers offense, nobody's really moving. They pass the ball to one guy, and the guy tries to break down the whole defense of the Growling Tigers, which will not work well in this game, especially that the UST Growling Tigers are playing very good defense.
And you know, the interesting thing that's happening inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum, UST is actually playing LaSalle basketball, you know, passing the ball around, looking for the open man, and then
playing
LaSalle,
good defense on the other end.
and then LaSalle is playing the
one-on-one.
UST one-on-one brand of basketball. So now it's 51-38 in favor of UST. Now here's Yeo. Inside to Cardona. One more try. And that will go in for Macmac, who has 10 points and 5 rebounds.
Macmac Cardona, you know, that's what they need. They need to get easy shots, get the game a bit closer, you know, bring down the lead, get a spurt of maybe 4 to 6 points, and they're back in the game.
Vizcarra to Luanzon for 3!
But more than anything, Nico, if they need their offense to you know, get going, they have to start it out on defense. They can't leave guys open on the three-point arc.
And this is UST's biggest lead of the ball game at 14 points. Santa Maria way on top. Over to Yeo on the right side. 10 on the shot clock. Yeo one-on-one against Vizcarra. And he gets fouled. The basket counts for the Ninja.
Strong move that time by Joseph Yeo. Going right, finishing with the left.
Third foul against Luanzon. Already the 17th foul against the Tigers. Watch this move.
Nice move that time by the Ninja. You know, going right, finishing strong with the left hand, getting the bucket and a foul.
And that somehow silences this big UST crowd that is just delirious over the proceedings here in the third quarter. Yeo completes the three-point play. He has 11 points. And there's a whistle. What's the call? Maybe a player might be warned at this point. Double foul. I think they'll call a double foul. I think they called the unsportsman. There. Yeah, these guys were taunting each other. And then referee Reynoso quickly steps in. Yes. So unsportsmanlike fouls assessed on Luanzon. That's his third. And then Cardona and Luanzon now with four fouls each.
Nico, Coach Franz Roman still trying to find the right combination up to now, still shuffling his players. Now he'll have Joseph Yeo or BJ Manalo playing the point guard spot.
Well, that time de Guzman running out of real estate and then stepping on the baseline for a turnover. Under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. And then LaSalle's bench gets a warning with a score at 54-43. An 11-point lead for the Growling Tigers.
So Joseph Yeo now playing the point guard spot for the Green Archers. We'll see if he can bring back life into the Archers' boss.
Here's Manalo for 3. And then Sharma clearly caught pushing away Alwin Espiritu.
So far, Alvin Espiritu getting the better end of the deal when it comes to his personal duel with Carlos Sharma.
Mike Cortez today with just 2 points. .05 to go in the third. Unchained, over to Espiritu. Eyeball to eyeball against Sharma. Espiritu to Vizcara for 3!
So UST hitting the three-point shots, moving the ball well, finding the open guy. Vizcara with the 3-point that time.
6 points for Vizcara. And back to a 14-point lead for the Tigers. With less than 3 minutes to go in the third. Yeo looking for Manalo. And now finds Wilson on the right flank. Back to Yeo. 4-3.
Miko, so far only Joseph Yeo, the light in the Archers' boss. We'll see if Joseph Yeo can single-handedly bring back the Archers in this game.
Yeo now with 14 points. UST still on top by 11. Espiritu backing up Sharma, looking for Manching for 3. It bounces out, and then Yeo has the rebound. Yeo picking up speed. He steps on the gas. He goes all the way. No! Sharma put back, yes!
Good trail job that time by Carlos Sharma. After Joseph Yeo missed the layup, Carlos Sharma for the easy putback.
And UST trying to stop the momentum of LaSalle because this could be the start of a De La Salle rally with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. UST calls the timeout. Going back to this game, a foul was called on Manching, his first. Already the 10th team foul against UST, sending BJ Manalo to the free throw line.
LaSalle should use that to their advantage. And, try to get the ball inside or try to get the ball into the slashers' hands of, let's say, Joseph Yeo or Willie Wilson where they can get fouled. And try to get points from the free throw line. And little by little, cut down the lead with using less of the clock.
BJ's first free throw was short. Carbona and Ramos with the long faces, understandably. They led only once, 22-21, and then UST really dictated the tempo of this ball game. Manalo with a split. He has 3 points today. So it's an 8-point lead here for UST. Here's Vizcara for 3. It rattles out. Wilson with the rebound. Quickly to Joseph Yeo. 1:40 to go in the third. Yeo against Vizcara. Looking for Manalo on the right side. Manalo against Manansala, but his bounce pass is stolen by Espiritu. Quickly to Vizcara against Wilson. Vizcara flips it up. And a putback slam by Cyrus Baguio.
Cyrus Baguio. Follow-up dunk. Two-handed jam, Migo, that time. And the UST crowd goes wild.
The UST crowd is going bananas at this point. Here's Manalo with the ball inside to Santa Maria. Offensive foul.
Migo, that's what you get when you get a follow-up dunk. So much intensity pumps up everybody and rattles the opposing team. You see that time, Adonis Santa Maria committing the offensive foul. The fourth foul of Adonis Santa Maria.
Well, you saw the face of Santa Maria. That was the expression of the De La Salle crowd when Cyrus Baguio made the putback slam. Unbelievable.
Just
Cyrus
shows you how high he can jump.
16 points, 6 rebounds now for Cyrus Baguio. Back to a 10-point lead. Here's Baguio on the left side against Wilson. Baguio dribbling, and then over to Espiritu. Espiritu pull up, short. And there's a rebound by Vizcara. He gets blocked from behind by Cabatu. 16 seconds to go. Here's Yeo. Quick to Manalo. Manalo to Cabatu. And offensive foul against Manalo.
Third foul, Nico, on BJ Manalo. So So the referees really not allowing any contact. Everybody getting called for the offensive foul. And there's somebody hurt on the sideline, Miko.
Who is that?
Looks like
De Guzman. I think it's cramps. Maybe it's cramps.
Yeah, Miko, I think it's cramps. I think his right thigh is cramping up.
I hope we can see that putback slam once again by Cyrus Baguio. I mean, the Rizal Memorial Coliseum, well, at least half of it just went bananas.
I think even some of the Archers fans stood up.
I mean, you just can't help but just, leave your seat and just applaud such an athletic move by Cyrus Baguio. In the meantime, De Guzman is down on the floor for UST. 12 seconds to go before we end the third quarter.
UST still trying to get another 2 points to be able to extend their lead to 12.
Maybe even 13.
Maybe even 13.
So here we go. The Tigers are up by 10. 9 seconds to go in the third. And Baguio is now red hot hand for UST. He looks at the clock. It says 4. He makes his move. He pulls up and it goes in!
Cyrus Baguio just taking over this game, Miko. Everything going for him. Everything going for the Tigers. So we see 12-point lead now by the Growling Tigers, 61 to 49.
18 big points for Cyrus Baguio, and the UST crowd is going bananas. The Tigers are up by 12, and so far they are slamming the Green Archers inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. We'll be back with the fourth quarter with UST on top, 61-49.
Attention, badminton and football fans. You can now watch the coverage of the UAAP football and badminton games here on Studio 23 every Wednesdays and Sundays, 2 p.m. Premieres March 23.
Twice the hurt. Twice the pain. Twice the action. Time too.
Every Saturday on Studio 23.
So welcome to the fourth quarter of this ball game.
So, let's recap. UST leading this game, having a big second and third quarter where they established the lead. So, right from the start, UST playing good defense, but more likely, UST feeding off their defense, playing good offense.
You know what they say, Baguio playing such a great game, and then they say, birthday itong si Cyrus Baguio, no? Well, he just turned 22 last August 19.
Or maybe this is his birthday game.
Yes, this birthday gift, to the UST. The UST, a team that he did not get to play for last year, and now really back with a vengeance. And look at him get that steal. He has 18 points and 6 rebounds, and then hanging in the air, and Cyrus Baguio with 20 points.
So you see a glimpse of the UST gallery. Just, Cyrus Baguio making this impossible move.
Met in the air by Kabatu, brought to you by Globe Handyphone, making great things, or in that instance, impossible things, possible. Unbelievable. But he missed the bonus free throw, but he still has 20 points and 6 rebounds for UST. And now it's back to a 14-point lead for UST. Here's Joseph Yeo plugging away. Baguio now with 7 rebounds, and that's a loose ball foul against Cardona. Oh, that's the 5th foul. That is the 5th foul of Cardona. Mac Cardona, who is averaging 16 points per game, leaves the floor with 10 points and 5 rebounds.
So not really a That's a normal day in the office for Mac Cardona. And, you know, that will not help the Green Archers cause. An offensive foul that time by BJ Manalo.
Let's get this update from the UST side from George Rocha.
Yes, well, I talked to Coach Eric before this ball game and I asked him what advantages he had over the DLSU Green Archers, and he was honest in telling me that he had no tangible advantage over them. But one thing he does have is a team that has a lot of heart to win this ball game, and that is what is keeping them a step ahead of their opponents. That this is the fourth quarter, and Coach Eric knows anything can still happen, so they are going to stay on their toes and wants them to attack the basket right away and set up their defense just as quickly. Miko and Dominic, back to you.
So Miko, you know, UST just blocking away, just playing easy basketball, unselfish basketball, which brings their lead now to 16 points, the biggest so far of the game.
Some action, some post-whistle action there between Baguio and Sharma.
Carlos Sharma did not like that little motion after the foul, after the call already.
So that's the fourth on Espiritu, so he better watch it. With still over 8 minutes remaining in the ball game.
The Archers still not out of it, but you know, they got to start moving. They got to start playing better defense and moving the ball better to be able to get easy shots.
And they wonder when Cortez will be back on the floor for LaSalle. Here's Willie Wilson against Gillick. Over to Joseph Yeo. Joseph Yeo really trying to bring LaSalle back in the game. And that will be Lasma Chon Kabatu.
So again, Tigers one step ahead of the Archers, which tells you the whole story of this game.
Well, that's what UST wants to happen after this game, for LaSalle to taste its first loss of the year.
So UST coming prepared in every way, even with their posters.
Iago Raterta is back in the contest. Raterta all the way for the layup.
Everybody just playing with so much confidence, Miko. The whole UST squad, I think anybody you put in will play well with the type of game that they're playing.
And LaSalle has no choice but to call the timeout. They could be 8 minutes and 32 seconds away from handing LaSalle its first loss. But you know LaSalle, this is a 4-time defending champion team, and they will not give up easily. And Cortez is back on the floor.
You know they can come back, but we'll see. They have to start now. They have 8 minutes more to be able to get back in this game.
Here's Santa Maria with a hook shot. So 5 points for Santa Maria. UST still on top by 16.
You expect the Archers now to put on their patented full court trap. But this is one guy they have to stop. They have to stop Cyrus Baguio.
Baguio with 20 points today. Over to Manansala for 3. And that won't go. Wilson with a rebound.
That's what you want for LaSalle. UST shooting ill-advised three-point shots. And on the other side, getting the ball down the lane, getting fouled that time, Mika Vaino. So we'll see if this can be a start of a run for the Archers.
Second foul against Raterta. And that will send Vaino to the free throw line. Vaino with a strong move to the basket. And then lots of body contact on that play. Mika Vaino, our visitor on the stripe, playing in his third year out of LaSalle Green Hills. So look at the De La Salle bench.
In all.
Yes, you know, at this point, they have no idea. They have no idea what hit them.
I don't think they expected UST would come out this strong.
But let's see. The Archers have so much time to try and get back in this ball game. Now here's a steal by Wilson. Over to Yeo. Yeo all the way. Yes.
So 5 straight points for the Archers. A little run this time.
So from an 18-point deficit, the Archers are trimmed it down to 12. Here's Gelin against Santa Maria, and he will wisely pull out over to Luanzo. Here's Baguio on the left side against Wilson. Baguio has the speed advantage. He goes baseline, fall away, and was deflected. And Luanzo with the offensive rebound, and then goes, 1 second on the shot clock.
He didn't know,
They
Miko. They didn't know.
Let's go to Agnes from the LaSalle bench.
Coach Franz Kumar told his boys that they have to have the desire to win in order to dominate in this quarter. He told them to settle down and get things under control. And no, Miko, Coach Kraskomar doesn't want this to be a day of first for the Archers. He's not about to give up on his boys, as he reminds them that they have been through this kind of scenario before and they have survived. Back to you, Miko and Dominic.
Oh, they have done that year in and year out.
You know, if you're the coach of LaSalle, if you're the player of LaSalle now, you want to hear that from your coach, showing a lot of confidence with you guys. You really have to trust your players and you have to trust everybody in that organization.
Well, the Archers are trying to work on this 12-point deficit. With under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Cortez, pull up. Yeah!
So LaSalle on a 7-0 run.
And now, we're now in the middle of an 8-0 De La Salle burst. Trying to get back in this game. Here's Gelling on the left side. He goes to Espiritu. And now the Tigers, will they hesitate? Here's Baguio for 3. No! Ruanzo taps it over to Mansing. And Santa Maria will be called for the foul. And that's that's the 5th foul. That is the 5th foul. So Santa Maria leads the game with 5 points and just 3 rebounds. And Junjun Kabatu takes his place on the court.
We'll see how that will affect the Archers basketball now. You know, they're in a run, so we'll see if that'll halt the run or even get them to push some more. So that time, Nino Gelik getting an offensive foul off Willie Wilson.
So 2 players from LaSalle have fouled out. Cardona and Santa Maria are out. And then Manny Ramos was injured back in the first quarter. He's no way he's getting back in the game.
Even Cholo Villanueva, Miko.
Right, who also got injured. Here's that move earlier by Gelik.
So Nino Gelik again pushing off, warding off Willie Wilson.
So the Archers have 6 minutes and 23 seconds to try and erase a 10-point deficit. They are being led by Cool Cat Cortez, eye-to-eye against Gelik. 13 on the shot clock. Cortez for the first step, and he gets the layup. And there's a foul. And there's a foul.
So Mike Cortez taking over this game. If you saw Miko, you know what's very dangerous with Mike Cortez? He's very good at changing speeds. He can just change directions and change speeds. Look at him. Look at him change speed. He'll just suddenly just go for the basket and everybody's just left behind. Tremendous quick step by Mike Cortez.
So after being scoreless in the first 2 quarters, Cortez waking up here in the second half. 6 points, but more importantly, leading this De La Salle comeback in the 4th quarter.
This free throw, Miko could cut the lead down to just 7.
And it's good. 7 points for Cortez, and UST's lead is down to 7 points. Nearing the 6-minute mark of the 4th quarter, Mansing to Gelik. Kelly over to Baguio. Baguio over to Luanzon. 4-3. Yes!
That hurts. That hurts for De La Salle. Played very good defense, but gave up the 3 points. Luanzon hitting just the 3 points off a fast break.
And now it's back to a 10-point lead for UST. Cortez has the ball. He sees an opening, and he gets blocked by Luanzon. Over to Yeo. 7 on the shot clock. And what's the call? 3-second violation.
3-second violation.
Again, defense keeping the Archers at bay.
That's right. You know, Miko, you see here Mike Cortez making his move, but getting blocked. And, you know, he got the ball back, gave it to Joseph Yeo, but overstaying that time.
And the block was brought to you by Rexona. It won't let you down. And UST hoping not to let down this big UST crowd. They were up by as many as 18 points. Now they're up by 10. Here's Espiritu with 4 fouls. Over to Mansing. Near steal by Wilson. Watson keeps the ball alive. Over to Baguio. Baguio. Oh, pass inside for Vizcara goes out.
A bad pass that time by Cyrus Baguio. So giving the Archers a breath of life with 5 minutes and 23 seconds to go with the UST Growling Tigers up by 10.
It's Cortez, Kabatu, Wilson, Yeo, and Vaino for LaSalle. And Cortez fires a 3!
It's Mike Cortez's period now. He knows he's got to take over. He has 10 points in the second half.
Vizcara pulls out. Over to Manching. Tigers still up by 7. Manching to Luanzo. 10 on the shot clock. Backdoor play. Here's Baguio against Cortez. Out to Vizcara for 3.
So UST hitting the big shots, hitting the open threes to keep the Archers at bay.
And Baino loses that ball, but referee Labrador Rinason says it was tapped out. Last touch on UST. And technical foul. A technical foul will be called on UST. As you watch this Lipton three-pointer from Jamal Vizcara. Brought to you by Lipton, the official iced tea of the UAAP. So technical foul against Arik Del Rosario,
who did not like the call. He wanted the ball to go to the Tiger side. After that drive by Mika Baino, he felt that they tapped it off Mika Baino, and it should have been the Tigers' ball.
Joseph Yeo playing a splendid game with 17 points and 3 rebounds. And Arik being calmed down on the sidelines.
He's really hyped up with this game. His boys are up by 8 points. And, he really wants to win this game and give the Archers their first loss.
And Yeo goes 2 for 2 from the line. 18 points for Joseph Yeo. Here's what happened. Well, it looked like
a legitimate
ball.
Looked like a legitimate complaint by Coach Arik Del Rosario.
Nevertheless, this ball game will continue with the Archers down by 8. Cortez and Yeo have combined to bring the Archers back in the ball game. Here's Cabato inside of Wilson, who gets away from Baguio.
Nice move that time by Willie Wilson.
And now it's just a 6-point lead for UST.
4 minutes to go, so very dangerous for UST.
And now it's anybody's ball game. Manching has the basketball. Guarded closely by Yeo. Manching tries to get away, and fouled there by Cabato. Number 3 against Junjun Cabato. And they're being led by number 8 man, Cyrus Baguio.
Whose idol is number 8 man, Kobe Bryant.
That's right. And Alvin Espiritu scores his 10th point of the ball game, getting a breather on the bench. So Espiritu giving some breathing room here for UST. Archers are already in the penalty. And now it's back to an 8-point lead for the Tigers. 4:13 to go in the ball game. Cortez against Vizcara. This could be a mismatch for Cortez. Cortez passing. Wilson having to change his shot. Cabato's one-handed putback won't go. Last touch on Baguio.
Good call that time. The referee's last touch on Cyrus Baguio.
UST looking for win number 6. Trying to catch up with UE in second place. Baseline inbounds here for Cortez. Over to Yeo. Back to Cortez on the right side. And then pulls up. And then hits the basket for a 3.
Mike Cortez hasn't missed yet in the second half. Mike Cortez shooting his second 3 points of the quarter.
13 points all in the second half for Cortez. UST still up by 5. But the Archers are banging on the door. And Espiritu gets fouled by Wilson.
UST breaking the full court defense that time of Lasal very well, getting the open look to Alvin Espiritu. Nico, going back to what you said, that's a good sign for the UST Growling Tigers, who are not veering under pressure. Unlike last year, when teams would come back, they kind of lose grip and lose the game. But this year, they've been playing well towards the end game and holding off opponents and be able to pull off the win.
And Espiritu steady from the line. He has 14 points. Back to a 7-point UST lead. Here's Yeo. Trying to go back to Cortez. Cortez for 3. Yeah!
Again, Mike Cortez. Another 3-point shot from Mike Cortez. Brings the lead down to 4 with 3 minutes to go.
How many 3-pointers have we had in this ball game? As Cortez will be called for the foul in the backcourt.
Vico, I think Mike Cortez heard us and we were looking for him in the first half. Now he's probably telling us, here I am. I'm here to save the day for the Archers.
Second foul on Cortez. Look at this cool cat coming to life. A three-point shot brought to you by Lepton, the official iced tea of the UAAP. Pero Cortez has scored 3 consecutive Lepton three-pointers to really lead this comeback by the Green Archers. But they keep on sending UST to the line, allowing the Tigers to pat the lead with free throws.
That's the problem, Nico, when they got into foul trouble early. Every time they foul now, means 2 free throws for the Tigers.
First free throw was no good for Manching. And the second free throw is good. So Manching sits down, giving Arik quality minutes on the floor, and Nino Gelig is back in the ball game, joining Baguio, Luanzon, Espiritu, and Vizcara.
So more offensive options now for Coach Arik Calosario. Guys that who can break down the defense of the De La Salle Archers.
3:07 remaining in the ball game. It has been the cool cat show for La Salle in the fourth. He falls away. He almost makes it, Gelig with a rebound.
Difficult shot that time by Mike Cortez. Just couldn't get the bucket.
Here's Cyrus Baguio, who has 20 points today. They clear out. Here's a pick by Luanzo. Baguio goes to his right, then pulls back, and then goes to Espiritu with 5 on the shot clock. Espiritu makes his move. Off the glass, no go. Vizcara with a putback.
It's the story again, Nico. Offensive rebounding for the Tigers. Just relentless off the offensive boards.
11 points for Vizcara, and back to a 7-point lead when under 3 minutes to play. Cortez for 3. No, short. Sabato with a rebound and the putback. The Tigers still up by 5. 2:04 to go.
Good steal by Joseph Yeo. Giving it now to Junjun Kabatu. Leading it off to Willie Wilson for another easy layup for the Archers. The lead now down to just 3 points with 1 minute and 53 seconds. Nico, this is a classic UST La Salle game. Goes down the wire most of the time.
Luanzon setting up the play. Goes to Baguio. Baguio with 20 points. Baguio makes his move. Straight and throw all the way for the layup.
Sweet move by Cyrus Baguio, taking charge. He knows his team needed 2 points, and he gives them the 2 points.
22 points for Baguio. Back to a 5-point lead. Cortez. Over to Yeo. Yeo. Back to Cortez. 4-3. Offline. And Espiritu with a rebound. With 1 minute and 18 to go. And now the Tigers will use up the clock.
It's a smart thing to do, Nico. Use on the clock to give the Archers less opportunities to score.
Baguio. Oh, dear steal there by Yeo. Cyrus Baguio turned 22 last August 18, and he has 22 points and 8 rebounds tonight. And he would like to have this game, and if possible, this win, as a belated birthday gift present for the entire UST community and himself. But this ball game is not over.
Very important for the Archers to make one good stop for them to have a chance.
Oh, traveling. Traveling on Christian Luanzo. We didn't see that. He must have moved his feet.
Pivot foot.
So what a big break here for the Green Archers. They're down by 5. Under 1 minute to play in the game. Cortez to Vaino. Vaino, baseline reverse.
Nice move that time that was initiated by Mike Cortez, drawing the defense, giving the kick-out pass to Mika Vaino and making that layup off the big shot.
Tigers up by 3. Luanzon, hurrying up. Then he stops over to Baguio, and then Vizcara for the 3. That would be big. Gelig with a big offensive rebound. Putback is blocked by Cortez.
Mike Cortez just swatting that ball away from Nino Gelig.
It's Gelig, Espiritu, Luanzon, Baguio, and Vizcara for UST. Yeo, Abatu, Vaino, Wilson, and Cortez for De La Salle. 38 seconds to go. The Archers' unbeaten record is on the line. Espiritu, the drop step. Over to Luanzon. 4-3, and it's short. Cortez has the ball. No timeouts remaining. The Archers are down by 3. 25 seconds to go. Yeo for the equalizer.
equalizer by Joseph Yeo. No more timeouts left, Miko.
No more timeouts remaining.
So we'll see. It's anybody's ball game with 23 seconds to go.
What a comeback here by LaSalle, coming back from 18 to tie the game. And now the Growling Tigers with a chance to snap LaSalle's perfect record. The ball game is tied at 82. The ball is with the main man, Cyrus Baguio. 10 seconds to go. Baguio has another. 8 seconds to go. Number 8 has the ball. 5 seconds to go. Baguio to Vizcarra. No! Geleg, no! Espiritu, no!
So UST had their chance. They had their chance with a putback. But you know, what I like about the non-call by the referees, Miko, Vizcarra complaining that he had been fouled in the 3 points, but the referees letting the players play, letting the players decide the outcome of this game.
What a three-pointer by the Ninja Joseph Yeo. Brought to you by Lepton, the official iced tea of the UAAP, to tie the game and send the game into overtime.
Attention, badminton and football fans. You can now watch the coverage of the UAAP football and badminton games here on Studio 23 every Wednesdays and Sundays, 2 p.m. Premieres March 23.
On cue. Every Thursday on Studio 23.
This was the equalizer. Joseph Yeo straight and through to tie the ball game, and then UST actually had 3 chances to win the game. Vizcarra from the corner was blocked. Gelik
With the rebound and the reverse.
No good. Espiritu also no, and Cortez 16 points, 14 points in the 4th quarter. What can you say?
Miko, I can't say anything really. But you know, Miko, we also have to give Joseph Yeo the credit. With that equalizer for 3, that was his 21st point, Miko. For a second-year guy, he's playing big-time basketball.
And again, welcome to the UAAP, and good evening from the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. I'm Miko Halili with Dominic Oy, bringing you another classic LaSalle UST showdown.
Definitely a classic LaSalle UST showdown. I've seen too many of these things, Miko.
You've played in too many of these things. Welcome to overtime. LaSalle was down by as many as 18 points, but with 8 minutes to go, they battled back to tie the game at the end of regulation.
Miko, you know what's scary for the Tigers is now the Archers have the momentum. The tempo and the momentum of the game has swung to the Archer side.
And they have defended those 3-pointers well in the last minute of play. Now here's Yeo, who tied the game earlier. Over to Wilson, that's short. So the ball game is still tied at 82. Here's Baguio with 22 points, picked up by Cortez. Baguio with a dribble, the fall away, great defense by Wilson. And Cortez is fouled by Luanzo.
So the Archers clamping down now on Cyrus Baguio. That's the 5th foul of Christian Luanzo. So he fouls out, and Derek Obalde comes in. So good defense that time by Willie Wilson. Mike Cortez pushing the ball.
Brought to you by Rexona. It won't let you down. You can, it's so tangible. You can feel momentum is on the side of the 4-time champion.
More than anything, Miko, the confidence is back with the Archers. They can feel, and they're playing Archers basketball now. LaSalle Green Archers basketball, which they should have been doing from the start. But UST jumped the gun on them and was able to lead, but now they're back. And let's see in the overtime who really wants it more.
Junjun Cabato looking for the veteran Wilson against Waterka. Back to Cabato for 3. This one's offline. Ubalde gets the rebound for UST. Still no basket here in overtime, which is now a minute old. Ubalde on the left side over to Kelly. Kelly can't get the ball inside the Espiritu. Now Espiritu has the ball with that mismatch against Cabato. And again, great defense by Wilson, traveling on Espiritu.
Miko again. UST feels that they have the advantage against Espiritu against Kabatu, but they haven't been able to capitalize on that.
Let's go to George Russell from the UST bench.
Yeah, so for the first time in that huddle, Coach Eric was very, very speechless and very, very angry. He didn't know what to tell his boys. He just told his boys that the reason why they're in overtime is because they did not do what he told them to do. So right now what they want to do is not lose spirit and continue encouraging each other in this overtime and follow what the coach says. He was very upset at UST Tigers, and this time they have the chance to still get that win. Nico and Dominic back to you.
Kelly gets the basketball against Yo. Kelly, pull up, no. Rebound by Cortez.
He forced that one, Nico. He forced that one.
Yeah, still no basket here in the overtime. Now Cortez slows things down with 3 and 18 to go. Cortez against Baguio. Cortez with a quick first step. He goes to Vaino for 3. No! Kelly gets the rebound. Quickly to Baguio. Baguio on the attack against Kabatu. Side step. No basket. And that's a foul, a blocking foul against Kabatu, who was somewhat moving as he invited Baguio for the contest.
Cyrus Baguio showing his leadership and his experience now, taking the ball to the hoop against Junjun Kabatu with a strong move from Cyrus Baguio.
Fourth foul against Kabatu will send Cyrus to the line. And now let's get this quick update from Agnes on the De La Salle side.
Well, guys, if there were any doubts earlier on how much De La Salle wants this game, there surely isn't any now. The fans are simply ecstatic. The coach, Franz Kumar, tells his boys not to rush it and to keep things under control. Just play a good game. If you have the shot, take it. If not, run the play. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Agnes. Second free throw by Baguio, and it's still no good. Hey, maybe Baguio might be tired at this point. Missing 2 free throws that time. So still no basket, no score here in overtime. And here's the Ninja with the jackknife!
Nico, I hope everybody saw that, how difficult that shot of Joseph Yeo was. He drove down the lane, sat down, and that's when he released the ball.
23 points for Joseph Yeo, and more importantly, he has given La Salle the lead. Maranzana with a miss, Wilson with a rebound. He has Kabatu on the left side. Kabatu back to Wilson. Oh, a dangerous pass. Wilson saves the ball over to the wrong man. Tigers down by 2. They have the leather. With under 3 minutes to play, Humbalde for 3!
Derek Ubalde has been very quiet. That's his 5th point now, 6th point for Derek Ubalde. So just in time, comes in and shoots a 3 in the overtime with 2 minutes to go.
And
gives UST a 1-point lead.
Here's Cortez off the glass.
He wants this game, Nico. He's really showing that he's ready to take over and be the savior of the La Salle Green Archers.
Baguio is fouled by Yo. That's number 4 against Wilson. It's Wilson who's called for the foul, number 4, and La Salle is in the penalty. So this will send Baguio to the free throw line. Baguio missed his 2 free throws earlier. He might be tired.
Maybe tired.
Yes, after scoring 22 big points in regulation. Oh, Baguio's 1 out of 4 today from the line.
Not doing too well, Nico, in the free throw line. 1 of 5.
Well, Baguio's normally steady from the line.
He's making the impossible shots, but the free throws is not really going for him today.
And he makes that one. He has 23 points, and he has tied the game at 86 with less than 2 minutes to go in overtime. Only our 5th deadlock of the ball game because UST has led in majority of this ball game. Cortez 1-on-1 against Kelly. Hesitation move. His drop pass almost stolen. Vaino with the drive. Drop off for Kabatu.
Nice drive and draw that time by Nico Vaino. Stepping it up. This guy doesn't really play too much, but Nico, when he plays, he makes it count.
And 7 points now for Kabatu. 2-point lead for La Salle. Baguio against Wilson. Wilson playing great defense against Baguio. And then here's a steal by Vaino. Absolutely fantastic defense by Wilson.
Nico, that's the difference now between the Green Archers and the Tigers. The Archers now are playing tougher defense and being able to execute down the stretch. That's the difference of a champion team or who's an experienced team compared to UST who hasn't won in the recent 5 years.
Joseph Yeo almost making that layup. Here's Iago Raterta. Raterta bringing the ball down over to Ubalde for 3, and that one's long. Yeo picking up the rebound.
Joseph Yeo doing the right thing that time, grabbing the rebound and setting it up with 48 seconds left, giving them a chance to extend the lead.
Now UST with that foul is in the penalty, and Ubalde sends Joseph Yeo to the free throw line.
Joseph Yeo has been playing very well, and we'll see if Joseph Yeo can extend the lead for the Green Archers and make it a better or a cushion, more of a cushion for the Archers.
Hey, you get the ball. There is penalty because of foul. If not, you handle the ball. You can handle the ball then. Okay? Ball. No, pare!
Coach Franz Tomaren's boys were down by 18 points with over 8 minutes to go, and they battled back to reach this point. On Saturday, FEU coming off a win over Ateneo. Meets UP and then UE meets Ateneo. Crucial ball games as we continue the second round of play of the UAAP. And now Joseph Yeo with 23 points and 5 rebounds. What a chance to give the Archers a 4-point lead, but he misses his first free throw. He is 6 of 7 from the line.
What a time to miss, Miko, for Joseph Yeo.
And he gets a split, so it's a 3-point game, 89-86, with 43 seconds to go in overtime. What will the Tigers do? Will they take the 2 or will they take the 3? Kelly gets the basketball, he drives, and he goes to Espiritu, and there's a foul.
There's a foul.
Maybe against Abatu or Wilson.
That's 2 shots, Miko.
Oh, that's number 5 against Willie Wilson.
The number 1 defender of the Archers, gone with 5 fouls.
And he's been doing such a tremendous job against Baguio here in the overtime. So Wilson, Cardona, Santa Maria have all fouled out. 35 seconds to go. Both teams are in the penalty.
BJ now has a tall order of defending either a Cyrus Baguio or Nino Kelly.
Crucial free throws here for UST. They are down by 3 with that much time remaining in overtime.
Nico, with 35 seconds to go, and you have maybe a 1 or a 2-point lead, you have to make a shot to be able to win this game. Because even if you just hold on to the ball, UST will have a chance to win the game with 9 or 10 seconds
Kelly with a miss. Kelly with a miss. Manalo saves it to Cortez. And the Archers have a 2-point lead with 30 seconds to go in the ball game. There is a 10-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Archers up by 2. Still unbeaten so far in the UAAP. Cortez with a move. The fall away off the glass.
A sweet move by Mike Cortez. Fakes right and goes left. Mike Cortez with a tremendous crossover move to give the Archers a 4-point lead.
20 points in the second half for Cortez. Baguio hurrying up, and he won't get the layup, but he gets fouled. So with 10 seconds to go, the Archers send Baguio to the line. Tigers down by 4.
So Miko, Cyrus, interesting to see is with Cyrus Baguio try to make both free throws. Or because the Archer, even if he makes both free throws, the Archers can just hold on to the ball and win the game. But you know UST will foul them and send them to the line. So he doesn't have a problem with his first free throw this time, Miko.
Tigers still down by 3. Baguio needs to make the free throw, and then they'll give up the foul. With 10 seconds to go, send an Archer to the line and hope that that Archer will miss. And they will send Yeo. No, they're not fouling.
They're not fouling, Miko.
8 seconds to go. They're not
they
fouling.
Don't know.
6 seconds to go. They're down by 2. They're not fouling anyone. And that's
Miko,
it.
I cannot understand why they didn't foul.
That's... Well, there's still 1 second to go. There is still 1 second to go. But obviously, LaSalle will remain unbeaten in the UAAP. 1 more second to go before we formally end what has to be the most amazing comeback in season 65.
Definitely, Nico. But you know, I don't know what happened to UST there. They did not foul. With 10 seconds to go, you have to foul so that you have a chance, at least a chance to get back the ball and try to get the ball and maybe send the game into overtime.
And you know, Mike Cortez scoreless in the first half, and then he just absolutely explodes with 20 points. 20 points. Unbelievable.
Speechless, Nico.
You know,
Nico, interesting also, he only had 2 points in the third quarter. So it came in the fourth quarter and the overtime. Mike Cortez taking over this game.
So despite a gallant effort by Cyrus Baguio and the Tigers, Mike Cortez and the Green Archers win 91-89 and stay unbeaten with 9 wins and 0 losses. An absolutely courageous comeback by the 4-time defending champions.
Definitely, but now we have Joseph Yeo, 24 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Though we know Mike Cortez played heads-up basketball, he needed ample support from Joseph Yeo, who made the tying 3-point shot to send the game into overtime.
What a ball game by Yeo. What a ball game by the Archers. Winning 91-89. They are 9-0 in the UAAP, and now they have won 9 straight games against UST. And look at this, the jackknife.
Look at him, he sits down in the air, in mid-air, and makes the shot.
For George Rocha, Agnes Tapia, Dominic Oy, Miko Halili saying, good night from the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. The 4-time defending champions are still undefeated after winning 91-89 over UST.